Okay, I wanted to make a new introductory um, a video for my voice lessons for my students. I'm not going to sing in this one. I'm not even going to give too many voice lessons. I'm just going to give a really quick introduction. Try to make it under 10 minutes, okay? Now, first of all, these videos, it's not good to use these as your primary way of learning voice, okay? You have an independent voice. You have a voice on your own, and I'm just trying to use this as a supplemental tool for my kids. Obviously, other people are welcome to watch. But the thing is, you have your own voice, and you're going to have your own mistakes and own follies. A lot of the things I'm going to teach may not apply to you so much, but they will apply to others, and it's very important for someone experienced and know what they're talking about to analyze your voice and do what they think is necessary. Because the feelings that you're going to feel are somewhat abstract. They're not concrete. It's not mathematics. It's not something that I can just teach you. They're feelings that you've never felt before. And so for you to try to do it off of my description without me able to say, no, you're wrong, or a voice teacher to be able to do that, is really going to hurt you, and you might develop bad habits. And the thing is, I encourage anyone who desires to be somewhat serious in any way, even just for fun, about singing, to get voice lessons. You're going to develop bad habits. It's just going to happen. And you really want to break those as soon as possible, if not just for aesthetic reasons, but because it can very well hurt your voice, okay? So I don't advocate any primary buying tapes for voice lessons or buying movies for voice lessons or anything like that. You know what, don't be cheap. Okay, I know we all sometimes have money problems, but you need to get a voice teacher or something to really do it. Obviously, most of my students, I teach them some. I wish I had more time with you guys, but I use these videos to supplement what I teach you individually, and so I don't have to spend the time, okay? Because I guess we're lazy. So now, in singing, I'm going to talk about some of the general things that apply to every part and every portion of singing, okay? The first thing is breathing. I have a video on breathing. I encourage you to watch that. I think I put it towards the beginning. Please watch that. Very, very important. Breathing is the base of singing. So super important. The other thing I'll talk about in all my videos is relaxation, okay? You have to relax, okay? It's very, very, very important to relax, okay? I know I give you tons of information and say do all this and then forget it. Relaxation is very important, especially in our neck, our throat area, okay? Whenever I advocate singing, I always tell you get mental images. Think in your head, do it with your stomach. We don't visualize doing anything with our throat or our neck. We visualize changing the notes in our mind, not okay? Obviously that's not too pretty singing, but that's kind of what I'm getting at, okay? Everything, we don't want any tension in our neck. We want it to all be relaxed. It's very difficult at first because you don't even know how to sing high notes without straining. I had the same problem as everyone else. I'm not superhuman or anything else like that. But we need to learn how to relax. And it's not just your neck. It's your whole body, okay? We need to be comfortable on stage. And a lot of the time, that's not always going to be possible. Even with me, I still get nervous sometimes and tense up a little. And when that happens, I have a harder time singing my low notes. So I always try to avoid singing low songs when I'm going to perform them. So, good. So that's relaxation and breathing, the subconscious. Now, everything that I desire to teach you guys is not something you should eventually, after time, have to think of all the time. I'm going to teach a million concepts, maybe slightly less than a million. But the thing is, you have to put them in your subconscious. I think about driving a car or riding a bike. You don't think, I need to put this pedal ahead, and then this pedal, and then this pedal. No. But at first you are thinking that. At first, when you first learn that, it needs to be conscious, and you need to think about those actions. And then after a while, it becomes automatic, okay? And that's the goal with our singing, okay? I never think, I need to breathe from my stomach or from my diaphragm. No, I think, I'm going to breathe now. And, I don't even think that. I just automatically breathe. And it's always there because that's how I always do it. It's now part of my habit to do correct singing techniques, okay? I still mess up with the basics sometimes. I still sometimes don't articulate well. Every once in a while, I get in a habit when I'm teaching because I always try to use a breath as a prep when I go to start, and I breathe through my chest just to show them when to breathe, and it's such a bad thing for me to do. But I make mistakes on the basics, and sometimes it's important for me to go back, and it will be for you. But we want to commit everything that we do to our subconscious, okay? So we're doing it automatically, okay? So when I give you so much information, when I say do this, a million things, then I'm not encouraging you. It's not that you're going to always have to think about these things. It's that you need to think about it. Every time you do something wrong, you need to know you did it wrong. Therefore, every time you do it wrong in the future, you'll know you did it wrong in the future, and eventually you could start committing all these things to your subconscious, okay? The overall thing with learning voice, though, one of the biggest things I have is bravery and confidence. That's the thing with voice. I sometimes get a student that, they're too afraid to mess up, and so they don't try. There's a lot of people like this if you actually go out and look. There's people that are so afraid of messing up that they don't want to try, because if they don't try and they don't do it correctly, then it's okay. They didn't really try. It didn't matter. So they don't want to try it because then they won't fail. You know what? You're going to have to take the risk of failing with music, and you need the bravery to go out there and look like an idiot. I just picked up a musical theater class and some dance classes, and I'm not so good at acting or dancing that I'm so confident with them. But the thing is, you need to. I'm going to go out there, and I might look like an idiot sometimes, but it's something that needs to be done. Okay, so very, very important. Bravery and confidence. And when you get out there, act like you're amazing even if you're not, okay? So I thought this was important to address a couple of vocabulary words, or at least one. Articulation is something that I use a lot. That means to speak clearly. Another one is larynx, okay? Our larynx is our Adam's apple, okay? Girls have a larynx too. It's not exactly your Adam's apple, but just because you can't regularly see girls having an Adam's apple doesn't mean you have it. Put your finger right here and swallow, and you'll feel it move up, okay? There's certain things that I'll say that are based off of your larynx, okay? And so that's something you need to know. But overall, we don't visualize anything in our throat. I don't use a lot of technical jargon because I feel that just mental imagery is the best way of teaching, not so much actual technicalities. Even though I will use them at times, my goal is to make everything as comprehensible as possible. So I try not to use a lot of technical jargon. Like, I don't even use the word diaphragm or anything like that. So, because I've never felt my diaphragm. I know where it is because I was taught, but I don't like, ooh, my diaphragm. What the heck? That's kind of, anyway. So, please go through my videos. Go on to the next one. I think the number 2 is breathing, and then diction, and on from there. And please leave any comments if you have any criticism. I do things wrong. I noticed in a lot of the videos I make, I cough a lot. Don't do that, okay? It's a tendency that I just noticed recently making these videos, okay? I am not above criticism. Please feel free to criticize me. I can take it. So, thank you very much, and please enjoy.